about the diagnosis of the CMV with the mnemonic. Guys, all the underlying information here is going to be very, very high yield information for the USMLE. Okay, everything that's underlined is high yield. Anything that's not underlined is not going to be very high yield. I've taken all this information from the AMBOSS and obviously referred a little bit to the USMLE books, but the mnemonic is mine. I did make the mnemonic myself. The mnemonic for diagnosing the CMV, whenever we get this, is going to be a 3-step criteria. We're going to start off with antibodies. So the first bit of information, not too very high yield, but IgM and IgG. Okay, so we're going to look at those. However, the important part is going to be antibody test, which is going to be a heterophile antibody test. That's going to be heterophile, so that can be, for example, the sheep or the horse, not too sure. But basically, we have antibodies collected from them, and those antibodies, I think, attack cells that are going to be infected with EBV. So really important, EBV. And over here, it's CMV virus, so it's going to be negative over here. It's going to be completely negative over here. So that's going to be here. So then we're going to have the blood smear, so large atypical lymphocytes. Where we're going to be seeing atypical lymphocytes. So these are lymphocytes that do not look like normal lymphocytes. These are atypical. So with internuclear inclusion bodies and owl eye appearance. So that's inside the nucleus. So we're going to have the owl eye appearance. And then we're going to have CBCs. So CBC is elevated lymphocytes. So white blood cells are going to be elevated. And there's going to be more than 10% lymphocytosis. And we may have pancytopenia, but pancytopenia, it is not high yield at all over here. This information is not high yield at all. It's going to be maybe because of CMV mononucleosis, that syndrome where we get fatigue, malaise, myalgias, headaches. That whole syndrome, it may cause some bone marrow depression, but that's not very important. The main thing is going to be lymphocytosis. So when they give us the white blood cell count, it's going to be high white blood cell count. They're going to give us a blood smear where it's going to be atypical lymphocytes. So it's not going to be the normal looking round, as we know the round lymphocytes, it's going to be very atypical. And so that's going to be over here. The next information is not very high yield for the USMLE, but that's going to be the viremia. So we can do PCR of the bodily fluids, or there can be some indirect immunofluorescence, so that we can be looking at for some CMV antigens on immunofluorescence. The last information is quite high yield, it's fundoscopy. So fundoscopy means that on the they might show us an image of fundoscopy, so it might show us retinal hemorrhage, and we might see cotton wool spots. So cotton wool spots, I got this from the internet. This definition over here is going to be puffy white patches on the retina of the eye, and these are considered abnormal fundoscopic exam on fundoscope exam. One of the main things I just want to guys show you was atypical lymphocytes, which is going to be the scenario here. I just wanted to show you the image over here. So yeah, I guess like the round, the classic round, like I guess that's a monocyte. We can see that this is going to be quite irregular in size, so it's going to be quite irregular, atypical lymphocytes. So just want to quickly recap what I mentioned over here. So basically, you want to get only the higher yield information. When recap, antibody, so heterophile antibody test, it's going to be negative over here. The next thing is B as in the blood smear, which is going to show atypical lymphocytes plus internuclear inclusion bodies, owl eye appearance. C, blood cells are lymphocytes will be elevated and atypical lymphocytosis. The next thing is going to be D, is not high yield, so I'm not mentioning it. E, just think of it like exams. F as in fundoscopy, so cotton wool spots or the retinal hemorrhages. So guys, that was CMV. Hopefully you guys found this useful. Thank you guys for so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.